within the county's priority growth area. So the two proposals are intertwined. Not only do we want affordable housing, but we want it focused in the places where we'd like to have housing. Third, the county will create a set incentive and locate alternative funding sources for affordable housing. And the county will develop a register of public and private financing programs. The county will also create a fund for infrastructure to support affordable housing, and regulate county programs to provide grants and fundings for communities which have demonstrated good faith efforts to meet their targets. Fourth, the county will develop a monitoring strategy to ensure that target numbers and goals are sufficient, are accurate, and are distributed fairly amongst the municipalities, and that the specific targets are being met. These last points conclude the housing and neighborhood preservation strategy. And finally, I'd like to describe the Water Master Plan. The Water Master Plan consists of 6 water supply planning initiatives. These are prescriptions for action, and they represent a consensus on water policy that's been created through extensive discussion and public comment. The plan sets the county firmly behind resource protection, behind the conservation of resources, behind intermunicipal cooperation on water. The central reason that we can have growing communities here in Orange County is that water is available in great abundance here. But abundance can make people careless. As citizens and as community leaders, we need to assert what needs to be done in order to preserve and protect our water resources. The Water Master Plan would put Orange County into a position to assist municipalities to meet their responsibility for the provision of water. The 6 water supply planning initiatives are: first, conservation, drought management, and energy efficiency. Just about everyone wants to conserve water, but you need to know how, and you need to know that your efforts aren't wasted. So the Water Master Plan calls for continuing and expanding the authority's water conservation education program. And saving water isn't just saving water. When you save water, you save the energy, too, that it takes to collect and distribute it. Saving water is simultaneously saving energy. And it's even more critical during droughts, which scientists tell us will become more frequent with climate change. The second water supply planning initiative is source water and watershed protection. Many of the county's drinking water reservoirs are stressed from development. The county's groundwater resources are largely unprotected by local laws and ordinances. Plans need to be developed to preserve wetlands, to protect reservoirs, and to restore streams and water bodies. And the county's water authority conducts research, we report, we explain the findings, we educate, and we offer incentives to municipalities to protect their water supply. Oops, there we go. Yeah, there's the map. This map shows the priority protection projects recommended by the Water Master Plan. Actually, it shows all the ones I could fit. And there are lots of them. They stretch across the county, from protecting the Neversink-Boscherkill aquifer. It's an underground feature. Nobody can see it, and yet it holds billions and billions of gallons of fresh water in moving storage. It's a tremendously important feature. There are no zoning protections for it at all. And the same thing is true for watersheds and aquifers across the county. They all need protection. The third water supply planning initiative is research and monitoring. The authority is basically a research organization, and we've completed numerous studies of water resources in Orange County: 5 groundwater studies, 5 water supply studies, 4 sewer studies, so that we have a scientific basis for action to protect water resources. And the Water Authority will continue to function as the water research source for the county and its communities. The fourth water supply planning initiative is interconnections between water districts. This has been a little bit controversial, but let me tell you why they're necessary. There are 162 municipal and community water systems in Orange County. 162 different water systems in Orange County. This is an amazingly fragmented system of water supply. So, our scientists and engineers got together and they figured out interconnections that would establish connections between adjacent municipalities to serve as a backup in case of emergencies, to enable municipalities with surplus water to help their neighbors who have a shortage, and to save energy and gain efficiency. This map shows the 18 suggested proposed interconnections. These interconnections represent common sense cooperation on issues that regularly extend beyond municipal boundaries. The specific projects recommended in the plan are conceptual suggestions. The specific projects recommended by the plan would each need municipal approval, cooperation, and enthusiasm. The authority seeks to help municipalities plan for their water future. The participation would be entirely voluntary. Intermunicipal cooperation is central to effectively preserving water supply. The fifth water supply initiative is the development of new sources and the enhancement of existing sources. To offset the high variability in future precipitation events predicted due to climate change, the Water Master Plan recommends that the county and all water suppliers investigate the development of additional water supply areas. One of them is in the neighborhood, the Endicott Brook. The county owns a significant water resource and it could be put to use. And finally, the sixth water supply initiative is the formation of an institutional framework to carry out the 5 foregoing initiatives. The plan assumes that success must be based on collaboration. The Water Authority and the county are willing partners in this collaborative process. In order to advance these recommended water supply planning initiatives, the authority and the county will assess their financial and organizational capability. This presentation has outlined the key features of the 3 comprehensive plan amendments: the priority growth areas update, the housing and neighborhood preservation strategy, and the Water Master Plan. I hope it's been informative. Thanks very much for your attention.
This is where we will now open up for public comment. Please understand each speaker will have 3 minutes to speak. And if you would, just to help out the girls with the minutes, if you would first state your name and your address before you speak, we would greatly appreciate it. First up, we have Mario Cipollone.
That's right.
Did I say that right?
Very good, thank you.
Followed by Robert Fromager.
Can I just ask everybody one thing? With the way we have the microphone set up, if you can just go as closely to it as you can, because I'm picking it up on our tape recorder so I can transcribe it also, and then you can hear you in the back and everything else.
Hi, my name is Mario Cipollone. I'm from Middletown, New York, and I'm the recently hired Housing Education Coordinator for Independent Living in Newburgh. As you know, Newburgh has many issues that it's confronting right now, and I was glad to see that housing, affordable, workforce, whatever you want to call it, is part of the amendments to this plan. My job is to remind the public, everyone, including myself, that housing needs to consider, wherever it's developed, the needs of people with disabilities. And I want to just impress upon you that this includes not just what we traditionally understand as the disabled, people who developmentally disabled, mentally ill, but also people who are blind, deaf, traumatic brain injury from a car accident, people who have lost their limbs in war, senior citizens who suffer from various types of medical conditions, young people. I like to combine the fact that one of the disabilities that younger people have is that they can't afford to live here. And one of the complaints that I like to remind people of, and I'll be reminding of them more and more, is that we complain about our children not being able to live where they grew up, but yet we make it so difficult to develop housing that's affordable as well as universally designed. How many people would like to have a grab bar in their shower? I know I would. I didn't put one in when I redid my shower, and I wish I did. And I think I'm going to retrofit. So my job tonight is just to congratulate the county on its work. I think it needs to be done. I agree that development is inevitable, but we can manage it, and if we're smart, we will. And please, please, please remember people with disabilities. You may know someone who has a disability, and it doesn't have to be mental retardation or mental illness, as we all know. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Fromager, followed by Pat O'Dwyer.
Madam Chairwoman, my name is Robert Fromager. Legislators and elected and appointed officials and residents, thank you for coming today. This document outlines my assessment of the Affordable Housing Amendment